Hello and welcome. It's time for some level ups. I'm here with Beth and Tony, and today we are going to level up their characters because that's a thing that has to happen. So we're going to be going from level 4 to level 5 with a bard and a paladin. So Beth, open up your player's handbook to page 83. Tony, open up your player's handbook to page 53. We will be leveling up, and in both cases, a lot of things happen. Big things are on the horizon, my friends. Big things.
Good.
Okay, so, Tony?
Yes.
Your bard, as you can see on the table on page 53, 5th level, you get Bardic Inspiration goes up to D8. So,
Okay.
if you have a note about Bardic Inspiration being a D6, now it's D8.
Yeah.
Beth. In your case, 5th level is huge because you get an extra attack.
Oh, hell
Yes, so that's big. We'll get to that. But what that basically means, Beth, is that every round you get 2 full attacks, like with your main weapon.
Oh.
Bardic Inspiration.
One.
It's very big.
I can't find it.
Paladins are strong. But there's also a lot more. Most importantly, both of you get a big change called Proficiency Bonus. So up on your character sheet where it says Proficiency Bonus +2, change that to +3.
Hold on. D8, right, for the other thing? And what was the...
So your Proficiency Bonus becomes +3.
Got it.
Now, what that means is that anything affected by Proficiency Bonus must now be adjusted. Ergo, as you look down your character sheet, you have your saving throws. So the ones that have a black circle filled in, you have proficiency in those.
Okay.
That means that that's going to go up by a point. So for example, Tony, you have dexterity and charisma. You look
that
at your
mean for
dex
all of
modifier.
our
Yeah, it's
black
going to
ones
be
for
for all
them?
your
Okay.
skills as well. Okay.
My persuasion's going to be through the roof. That's nuts. All right, so we do that for all the black things?
Start at the top and work your way down. So your strength,
One.
yeah. So Tony, you have like dex, for example. So
Right.
that's 3 + 3 is now 6.
Bang it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anything where you have a black circle next to it, that means you have proficiency, is going to go up by a point.
Okay. Now I have 6. And now everything else is going to go up by a point, you said?
Right. Notice how you have animal friendship, and you have expertise in that, Tony.
Wait, handling? I have animal handling.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
That is significant because when you have expertise in it, it means you're doubling your initiative, your proficiency bonus, and adding in the relative modifier. So
Okay.
now
so
it's
gonna
+6.
Be, okay, +6. So it'll be 10.
No, just 6.
Oh,
+6.
got
Total.
all excited. Deception.
Deception is charisma based, so it's just going to go up by 1.
Okay.
So it should be what?
6.
Yes. So Beth, you're going to do the same thing all the way down the row on your proficiencies. Anything with a black dot.
did.
You did?
I killed it.
Do you know why? Because you're smarter than Tony.
I know.
That's true.
All right. So that is a huge thing. The other thing that is added in your weapon attacks, you're going to look at that, and your bonus is going to go up by 1 to hit. So what's your to hit bonus right now with your longsword?
6.
Okay, so that was based on your strength bonus of
Right.
+4 plus your proficiency of 2. So now it's going to be +7.
Same for
Same
my
thing with
maul?
you, buddy. These are going to go up by 1 each.
Wow.
Does my maul go up to 7 too? 'Cause it was 6.
Now, proficiency bonus doesn't impact your damage, so that stays the same. But your to hit bonus is going to go up.
Sweet.
Now, in both cases, we have some stuff that could be adjusted. So what we're going to do is look at what?
Why are the house lights on?
I don't know. Just because they have to go, dude. They have to go to work. All right. So for bards, Tony, let's look at yours. Bardic Inspiration, D8, and then you have this thing called Font of Inspiration. Let's read what that is. So, excuse me. You turn to page 54. Beginning when you reach 5th level, you regain all of your expended uses of Bardic Inspiration when you finish a short or long rest. And that is a huge thing, Tony.
Okay. How so?
because normally you get your bardic inspiration back after you finish a long rest.
But now I just.
So
need
now
a
you can
short
get it back
rest.
even with a short rest.
Okay.
So font of inspiration means bardic inspiration, short rest. There's some other things that we'll get to in a second, but Beth, let's take a look at the Paladin. So you get that extra attack. You got that? Now, Beth, you have gained another first level spell
Okay.
and 2 second level spells. So flip your sheets to your spells. Okay, so see under your first level spells, you previously had what, 3?
I had 5. Or wait,
So now you write in 4. So change that to 4. So now you know 4 first level spells. And then under second level, write down 2. You know 2 spells for second
Right
level.
here?
My
Yes.
bardic inspiration says it 3 times a day, correct? Okay.
So now, when we get to spells, you'll be able to go through the Paladin spell options, and you'll be able to effectively and efficiently change that. And you'll be able to choose 2. You'll be able to choose 1 more spell slot. Sorry. So it's not the spells that you know, it's just the slots that you get. Okay? So I have to go through that with you because it can actually be confusing even for me. So on page 84 for Paladins, spell casting, the Paladin table shows how many spell slots you have to cast your spells. To cast one of your Paladin spells of first level or higher, you must expend a slot of the spell's level. You regain all expended slots when you finish a long rest. You prepare the list of Paladin spells that are available for you to cast, choosing from the Paladin spell list. When you do so, choose a number of Paladin spells equal to your Charisma modifier, plus half your Paladin level, rounded down. So your Charisma modifier is +4. Half of your Paladin level would be 2.5, so 2. So you now know 6 spells. So see on the margin how you had 5?
Yeah.
You actually know 6 total. So what we can do is you can actually know 6 spells, and they could be second level or first level, or a combination.
Okay.
And you get a total number of 4 first level slots to cast at, and 2 second level slots.
Okay.
Your spell save DC up at the top of your spell sheet, spell save DC, is 8 plus 3 plus your charisma. So that should now be 15. That is improved by your proficiency bonus. And your spell attack modifier should now be +7. And Tony, you're going to have a very similar thing there too. So your spell save DC is going to be, for bards,
It's 12 right now.
yeah, it's 8 plus 3 plus your charisma modifier.
Charisma modifier is +7.
Oh no, that's not that.
Yeah, that's not it.
Your charisma modifier is, it can't be +7. It's plus
Oh, +3.
+3. So 11 plus 3, so it should be 14?
42?
Mm-hmm. 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 8 is 14. Yeah. And then your spell attack modifier should be +6.
Sweet.
Now, Tony, you in the realm of spells also know some things. So you should have 3 cantrips.
Yeah, I do.
You should have a total of 8 spells that you know. So just write down
1,
like
2, 3,
8 over
4.
here. Just
8.
write down the number 8. Okay. You have 4 first level slots.
Mm-hmm.
You should have 3 second level slots. And now you gain 2 third level slots. So write down 2 up here. Okay.
Why don't I have 3? I feel like
Well,
I
because
did.
you just gained a level.
Okay.
So you're going to know more spells, but more importantly, you get more spell slots per level. So you know 8 total, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can look through the third level spells and pick out a couple more there that you
Sweet.
know. And then you have slots to cast those spells at different levels.
Okay.
Okay? And that's the number of time you can cast those spells at those levels.
Cool.
Now, there are some rules, guys, with spell casting where, like, you can cast some spells at a higher level. So you could do Cure Wounds as a third level spell. and do 3d8 healing instead of 1d8 healing. See what I mean?
Yeah.
You can like upcast it kind of, which is pretty cool. So the main thing that we want to review when we're looking at leveling up our character is look at your chart for your things. Did you go through this? Have you looked through any other additional bonuses, benefits, or abilities that you gain? And then look through the rest of your sheet and make sure that anything affected by proficiency bonus is adjusted so that your numbers and your scores are correct. And I think we did that. So all that remains is for you guys, when you get a chance, to look through the spells. And in the back of the book is the master spell list. Okay, so on if you're following along at home, starting on page 207, you have bard spells. So Tony, for example, is going to look today at the bard spells. And he'll probably need to read through what they mean, because some of them sound cool, but they suck. Some of them sound lame, but they're amazing.
And I get 2 third level, right?
So you know a total of 8 spells.
Okay.
And at this point, because you leveled, you can change things. So if you like look at this and you're like, I never use sleep,
I never use shatter.
or I never use shatter,
Yeah.
you can erase shatter
Sweet.
and like find a new spell that you want to know for that level. Or maybe you decide like, man, I really need to, there's a lot of cool 3rd level spells. So you're going to go through those spells. And Beth, same thing with you. For paladins, starting on page 208,
Yeah.
you have 1st level, 2nd level, and 3rd level spells. So you can look through those spells. And then all it is, guys, is all the pages after this are alphabetical. So if you're like, oh, detect magic, that sounds good, it's just under D.
Okay.
They're all alphabetical. So
Okay.
you look up a spell, you think you might be interested in it, you look it up to see how it works, and then if you like it, you write it down. And the total number of spells that you know between all the different levels is that number that I had you write down on the side. So remember that you want to look at the newest level that you have access to, because the higher level spells basically are more powerful. So you want to look at those. And Beth, same thing with you. If you're looking and you're like, oh, I've never used Thunder Smite, or I've never whatever, then you can, at a level, you can change the spells that you know, and you know, you can make some adjustments. Okay. So that's it, people. That's it for this micro session of leveling up characters. I hope you found it interesting and helpful. You will have to stay tuned to find out what happens with Mantra and Cademan, who they are with, and what they do in the summer sessions. So as always, we thank you for your support, for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, and to my patrons on Patreon, thank you for helping us to continue to grow the community. We'll see you next time.